A state trooper testified today in a trial stemming from a massive collision on Interstate 10 during Thanksgiving of last year. The children of Debra and Vincent Leggio are suing a truck driver and a trucking company on behalf of their parents. The Leggios were both in their 60s and lived in Pearland. Now, they died in the collision November 22nd of last year on I-10 near Hamshire Road in Jefferson County. Dozens were hurt when more than 100 vehicles collided. There was heavy fog at the time of the Thanksgiving Day crash. The family claims the truck driver and company could have prevented the crash. The defense argues the driver and company are not responsible. KFDM's Leslie Rangel is covering the trial. She joins us now in the studio to share some of today's testimony. Leslie?
Yes, Greg. On this second day of testimony, the jury heard from a C.R. England trucking company representative. He said the company believes without a doubt fog was the only cause of the collision. Throughout the trial, both the trucking company and the driver have never wavered from their statements that fog was the only cause of the accident. They also say the heavy fog developed near Hamshire Road just seconds before the collision, without enough warning for the driver to do anything about it. During his testimony, the driver said the fog came up like a white blanket of smoke. Today, the plaintiffs called one witness to the stand, JEFFERSON, a driver who ran into the big rig just minutes after it struck the Leggio's SUV. Cator said the trucking company and the driver are incorrect in saying the fog only developed near Hamshire Road just before the accident. Cator was driving from Houston to through Jefferson County. He said throughout his drive along Interstate 10, he even followed the C.R. England truck to allow its backlights to guide him because the fog was so thick. The witness also testified that investigators from C.R. England called him and his family several times to get him to change his story about what he called the continuous fog along Interstate 10. Just before testimony ended today, DPS Sergeant Chuck Havard told jurors the department's accident report shows the collision could have been prevented if the driver had slowed down, given the conditions at the time. Testimony resumes tomorrow. Stay with us as we continue on day 3 of the Leggio trial. Reporting live in the studio, Leslie Rangel, KFDM 6 News.